Welcome to One-on-One, the Daily Items weekly digital program featuring Susquehanna Valley newsmakers interviewed by Daily Item reporters. Today's guest is Brian Knoebel of Knoebels Amusement Resort, interviewed by reporter Justin Strasser.
Hey, we're back on the lot at Sunbury Motors Kia on the Strip in Hummel's Wharf. It's their first annual Upgrade Your Trade event. You know you're ready for an upgrade, and now's the best time here at Sunbury Motors Kia. SMC is making it easier than ever with above market value for your trade and 0% financing for up to 75 months on 2018 Kia Fortes, Optimus, Sportages, and Serenos. There's 0% for 66 months on 2018 Kia Souls and Sedonas, and 0% for 60 months on 2018 Kia Rios and Neros. Plus, every Kia comes with the industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. You upgrade your phone, your computer, your TV. Heck, the other day I heard somebody say they wanted to upgrade their spouse. Don't miss the first annual Upgrade Your Trade event. See you here at Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummel's Wharf.
Financing offers available to qualified buyers through KMF in lieu of rebates. Offers expire 4/30/18. Excludes Kia Stinger and Cadenza. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. For details, see retailer and go to kia.com.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Justin Strasser, and today we have Brian Knoebel. He is part of the fourth generation of the Knoebels family. We are on location today, and we are filming this on the Grand Carousel, the award-winning Grand Carousel. Thanks, Brian, for letting us come out and chat today.
Absolutely.
Now, we are gearing up for the opening day in a week and a half, but this is going to be airing about 2 days before opening day. And I can't imagine that there's a lot of people out there that don't know what Knoebels is, especially if they are, watching this and part of this area. But maybe for viewers out there who aren't quite familiar with what this park is, can you give us a little explanation of the little bit of its history?
Absolutely. But I certainly hope everyone knows what it is, or our marketing department and social media person better do a better job, right?
Right.
So Knoebels is how do you word exactly what Knoebels is? It's an amusement park tucked here in the valley of Ellisburg, Pennsylvania. We opened in 1926. It's free admission, free parking, free picnic area, and free entertainment.
And it's been that way for a long time, right?
Ever since 1926.
Yeah.
So we are quickly approaching 100 years of being in business. I'm fourth generation, so our intention is to just keep plugging away, just keep doing what we're doing. Our fans tell us, just don't change anything.
What is it about the free parking, free admission that is such an integral part of the Knoebels or the goals?
So take Grandma and Grandpa, for instance.
Okay.
They'll go to another amusement park, and they're going to pay $12 to $20 to park. They're going to pay $60 or $80 to get in the gate, and they're on a fixed income. So they get more joy out of watching their grandchildren ride the rides and see the smiles on their faces than what they do riding the rides themselves. So they can come to Knoebels, not pay for parking, not pay for food, not pay for a single ride. They may ride this very carousel and sit in this very chariot. They may ride the train ride and kind of maybe reminisce about their youth. Maybe bring back some memories and tell the grandchildren, well, this ride used to be over here, or, there used to be a food stand. Do you know that a cottage existed in this location? So it's us providing free memories for these families. Everything's not free. The kids are going to want to ride rides. You're going to bring a kid to Knoebels? Yeah, they're going to want to ride something.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Will that ever change? Do you think they'll ever change?
It is our goal to remain free parking, free admission, free entertainment, free picnic area for our existence.
And everybody's got a Knoebels story. Everyone's got a Knoebels memory.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope they're all good.
And one of those is probably the Grand Carousel itself. What can you tell us about the Grand Carousel?
So the Grand Carousel was purchased from a park in New Jersey in 1941. We brought it to Knoebels. I believe we opened it in one of the years, but then there was a year that actually Knoebels really didn't open because of the war. So I think the Grand Carousel, I was born in 1973.
Okay.
So, I wasn't here yet, but the carousel sat for a year. But what makes it unique? The price is extremely economical just to go for a ride on the carousel, something we pride ourselves on, but also catching the brass ring. I believe it's only one of two carousels in America where you can still catch the brass ring. Okay, what do I mean by catching the brass ring? So you start up the ride, and everybody runs. Some people like the jumpers. Some people like the outside horses. Some people like the chariot like we're sitting in. And you can catch rings. You reach out, and it's a little contest that you have with your family or with your friends to see who can catch the most.
Yeah, I still do it.
Do you?
Yeah.
So there's a little challenge there. Everyone's goal is to catch the brass ring. There's only one brass ring. If you catch the brass ring, your name goes over the microphone, and you get a free ride on the carousel.
And I think I've only been able to catch it once, and they're fast. I got to tell you.
I will be 45 next month, and I only ever caught it once.
Really? They are, yeah. The workers here, I think I didn't even know I had it until they walked up to me, and it's like seconds, after you get it.
It is. So then you have the kids that can actually catch 2 rings per revolution. I can't do that.
I don't know how to do that. That's crazy.
My Aunt Leanna can catch 3. I have no idea how she can do this. She's only about 5'2", so I mean it's not like she has lengthy arms. She's quick. She's a top ring Knoebel collector. I don't know how you want to word that, but she deserves an award.
Yeah. Now how many people come through here a year?
It's tough to judge how many. We don't have a gate.
Right, that's true.
So how do you count how many people have come to Knoebels? We're guessing we get around 1.2 million guests per year.
That's a lot.
It sure is. My dad, who will be 79 on opening day, April 28th, he often says the number one question he's asked is, what would your ancestors think? Did they have any idea that Knoebels would someday be 64 rides? It would be 27 games. It would be 38 food stands. We have grown, and it's been with some challenges. Over my right shoulder is the creek. That creek can be your best friend.
All the flooding, yeah.
It can be your worst enemy. But carousel's kind of built up in the air a little bit, so it's protected from the creek. That doesn't mean the organs are. We've had to haul the organs out of here sometimes with some equipment and a lot of manpower just to preserve them.
Now that's special circumstances that you have to remodel and do things with the flooding. What does it take in the off season to do regular maintenance? Like what do you do specifically with? Let's talk about just the carousel since we're on the carousel. What sort of things happen with the carousel each off season?
So this carousel will take about 10% of the horses off. We will completely strip them down, sand them down. We take before and after pictures so we know the color combinations.
Okay.
We have it all documented as well. But we'll strip them down and we'll prime them, we'll paint them, we'll put a clear coat on each and every one of the horses. Of course, there's, you're always checking light bulbs. You're always, the scroll work. Young gentleman named Matt Wynn. So we truly are a family business. Long-time maintenance mechanic of the Grand Carousel was Dave Wynn from right here in Illeysburg. And his son, Matt, he kind of passed the torch. Matt takes care of the carousel for us, maintains it for us. But he also is an artist, which is his first love. And he has redone just about every painting, all the scroll work, the bric-a-brac, as some people call it. He's done that. So it's it's a lot of work. I mean, next week we'll shampoo the carpets, we'll wipe everything down, we'll make sure the organs are ready to go. Of course, the organs require off-season maintenance. And here we go.
Yeah.
For our 92nd year.
It's fascinating. You've had me over here a bunch of times where a lot of these rides, including the carousel, are down in the maintenance shops and they're just sitting there in the middle of the thing. It's like, wow, I rode that when I was a kid or something like that. So it's fascinating what you guys have to do, and I'm sure it takes a lot of people.
It does. We have about 160 full-time staff members.
Those are here in the off season too.
They are. It's funny when someone who doesn't understand this industry will say, well, what do you do? At the end of your Halloween season, you're going to pull the doors down, you move to Florida, and you come back in April, lift the doors up, and reopen.
Yeah.
Not that simple.
No.
So these people, so we have, there's administrative staff, there's our campground staff, there's our gift shop staff, they're doing all the purchasing for the food service staff, but a lot of the maintenance staff, they're taking rides apart, stripping them down. We go over every nut, every bolt. We do testing, metallurgy testing, and non-destructive testing. We do check for welds, and little by little we'll start putting them back together. to get ready for that fateful day here in the end of April.
And that is how many employees? And then on during this regular season?
Last 2017, we ran with 2,326 employees. So it's over 2,300 employees.
And you always hear about people working here. I know my niece, she turns 14 this past February, and she starts her job at Cesari's this summer.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'll head over for a piece of pizza.
So we are going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hey, we're back on the lot at Sunbury Motors Kia on the Strip in Hummels Wharf. It's their first annual Upgrade Your Trade event. You know you're ready for an upgrade, and now's the best time here at Sunbury Motors Kia. SMC is making it easier than ever with above market value for your trade and 0% financing for up to 75 months on 2018 Kia Fortes, Optimus, Sportages, and Serenos. There's 0% for 66 months on 2018 Kia Souls and Sedonas, and 0% for 60 months on 2018 Kia Rios and Neros. Plus, every Kia comes with the industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. You upgrade your phone, your computer, your TV. Heck, the other day I heard somebody say they wanted to upgrade their spouse. Don't miss the first annual Upgrade Your Trade event.
Wanna see ya in a Kia. Sunbury Motors Kia.
See you here at Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummels Wharf.
Financing offers available to qualified buyers through CAMF in lieu of rebates. Offers expire 4/30/18. Excludes Kia Stinger and Cadenza. Warranty is limited powertrain warranty. For details, see retailer and go to kia.com.
And we're back with one-on-one, and we have Brian Knoebel here again. Brian, so one of the rides that's coming to Knoebels is Over the Top. Now, there's been a little bit of a journey for that ride. Can you kind of take us through a little bit on that and what's going
There's been
on?
a journey for every ride. But you're right. Over the Top was going to be new in 2017. But we had some issues with it. The brains of the ride just wouldn't act appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up not. We did everything we could to get the ride open. We put some staff toward it. Had some people, outside sources, come in, manufacturer. We ended up not opening it to the public. We ended up shipping it back to the manufacturer in Italy, where they completely disassembled the ride, put it back together, gave it a new brain, lobotomy,
Right.
if you will, and they shipped it back. The ride arrived here on Tuesday, and
So it's here.
The ride is here and it's operational. So we haven't decided whether we're going to open it on opening weekend.
Okay.
Because I need the maintenance staff getting their other responsibilities done. The ride didn't run in 2017. If it doesn't make opening weekend, it's certainly not the end of the world. Let's get your other rides up and running. If it does, I'll be ecstatic. I'll be on cloud nine. I know our guests want to ride it. They can't wait to ride it. A little embarrassed, that it didn't open in 2017. But these sort of things happen.
Yeah, one of the things you hear around the parts is that, this is going to be another Flying Turns because it took you guys a long time to open Flying Turns out. You've mentioned before that this is a matter of we want to get it right. Is that?
Absolutely. We want every ride right. Safety is our number one priority. Think about you are dealing with the most important commodity in the world. That's what we explain to our ride operations team. It's what we explain to our ride maintenance team. You are dealing with someone else's life. So safety is priority number one.
Now, this ride is very similar to a ride you used to have, right? Can you explain what exactly the not the Flying Turns, what the Over the Top is?
Sure. So many of your viewers, listeners, readers are going to remember the cages. The cages sat right where our hand stamp building is. And the cages was a one or two person ride where the ride operator, you get in this it was almost like a telephone booth. You got in this thing, and the ride operator gave you a little push, and you used your inertia to get the cages up over the top. And it was a little bit of a muscle contest. The boys would try and show off in front of their girlfriends type thing, and or a little friendly competition. Maybe you had the Southern Columbia football team in a few cages while you had the Shamokin Indians football team in another one, trying to a little friendly competition, right? Nothing wrong with that. But we took that ride out, and we saw this ride for sale at a convention that we attended. And, boy, it gave you the same feeling that the cages did. Mm-hmm. Now, you don't – it's not a physical ride. It's not physically demanding like the cages were, where you were the one trying to make it go over the top. This one PP&L makes it go over the top. So
So there's no
some
human
motors.
motion for
There's
it to
no,
work.
No,
Okay.
but it gives you the same feeling of the weightlessness for maybe a second and a half, and it also gives you the feeling like you're going to be driven into the concrete. So it's a 12-passenger ride, very colorful. It's near the Phoenix in the antique car ride. So I do encourage everyone to ride it. It's a very fun ride. It's going to put a lot of smiles on people's faces.
You mentioned about conventions. So what is it like being in the amusement park business? Do you view the other parks in Pennsylvania, like Hershey and I guess Dutch Wonderland and other parks like that, as competition, or do you guys swap ideas? Or
we mentioned friendly competition earlier when I mentioned some area football teams. Is there friendly competition in our industry? Sure there are. But we are on a first-name basis with all the people that are behind the scenes and in the forefront of these other amusement parks. We're all in this together. Tourism is the number 2 industry in Pennsylvania. And if there's a ride incident at any park, you know what? It's a black eye for the entire state.
Okay.
It's a black eye for the entire industry. So we get together multiple times a year. I'm on different committees where you're constantly talking about safety, what's new in the industry, what maybe trending foods are out there right now, how to recruit employees. So it's constant, and I can truly call these people my friends.
so there's no sneaking out in the middle of the night and pulling pranks on each other or anything like that?
No, but that's interesting. That could be a some sort of April Fool's Day social media post.
Yeah,
That
that'd be
would
fun.
Yeah, sure it would be. Thanks for the idea.
Now, I've saw a couple things before here where WWE wrestler Mick Foley's been out here a lot, and is it true that Meryl Streep has been here too?
I don't know about Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Mick Foley is a friend.
Okay.
He just texted me last month, and he's coming back. He's going to bring his family here sometime this summer. So looking for some accommodations for he and his family. He's a great guy. I love Mick dearly. Very overprotective father. You wouldn't think so for what he does in the ring. But,
Yeah.
He's just a stand-up guy. I like him a lot. So my smile on my face is genuine because he's just a good guy. Meryl Streep, I don't think she's ever been here.
Okay.
Elizabeth Taylor
Oh,
has
okay.
been here. And at the time she was dating or married to Malcolm Forbes, they were going to come in for a motorcycle ride that would benefit Children's Miracle Network Telethon. Weather wasn't so favorable that day, so I'm thinking it was around, I'm going to guess 1988, somewhere around there is when they came. So they flew in on his private helicopter, and boy, lots of people, lots of gawkers. Everybody wanted to see her beautiful eyes. So that was a fun day.
Yeah. Now, give us a quick rundown of some of the things that you can expect for opening day on Saturday.
So opening weekend, we offer a buy one, get one.
Okay.
So sometimes the staff is kind of like, do we really need to open with such a humongous day? We're kind of like, you know what? Sink or swim. Here we go. It's time. People are sitting around in their homes all winter. They're looking for a reason to get out. So we give them that opportunity. So let's offer a buy one, get one. It's for the entire weekend. Sometimes people think it's only the Saturday, but it's actually both days.
Okay.
So I wanted to mention that because if you're on the fence, maybe I'd encourage you to come Sunday just because we got a packed house here on Saturday, April 28th.
Now, one of my favorite things that you mentioned before about opening weekend is that there's going to be an auction for the Haunted Mansion.
There is.
And what does that mean?
So we have a few events that weekend. As if I wasn't busy enough, our staff mentioned, okay, now you're needed over here, now you're needed over there. So actually, on the morning of April 28th, we are going to have you come to Knoebels. Everybody has their favorite food, whether
Right.
it's funnel cakes or cheesesteaks or
Zari's Pizza.
Fudd pizza. There you go, right? French fries. I'm starting to get hungry. It's about lunchtime for the listeners, but we're offering waffles and ice cream at our International Food Court on the morning of opening, and which would benefit Give Kids the World. It's something that's very near and dear to us. Give Kids the World is in Orlando, Florida. Henry Landworth, who kind of founded it, just passed away a few days ago. So it comes with a heavy heart that we bring up, Give Kids the World and that whole organization. So I believe we're actually sending our condolences card from the Knoebel family to the Landworth family and their whole organization. They're just top notch, just melts your heart if you go there. So that's on the 28th. The 29th, there's going to be an auction that includes the Knoebel family. I believe it's going to be 12 winners who are going to get a behind-the-scenes tour of the Haunted Mansion with the lights on.
That's pretty cool.
So there's a lot of people like, wow, I can walk in the haunted house with the lights on. Huh? You got to win.
You guys have taken me in there a couple times when the lights are on, when you're refurbishing it and adding some of the new stuff. So it's really neat, and the history, the quote-unquote history, the story behind the mansion is pretty neat. So
it is. And that was opened 1973, so that's been with us for a long time as well.
Okay, so we're just about out of time, but I think the biggest question I want to ask you is what is your, as a Knoebel family member, favorite ride?
Hands down, the Phoenix.
Phoenix? Okay.
Came here in 1985. It's kind of what put us on the map. I love the airtime that the ride gets. I love
Phoenix
the
is
history,
great.
the nostalgia. Boy, I don't even hesitate.
What about food?
I like them all. I like it all. I don't know.
You start at the beginning of the summer, you get a little bit of everything until you get to the end of the summer, and then you start over.
I do. Yeah, whatever the mood strikes. My dad often says, "Well, the food better be good. I eat all my meals here." So we do. We pride ourselves on our food. Many years we have won the golden ticket for the best park food.
Oh, and this is golden ticket award winning too, right? The carousel.
Every year that the golden tickets have been around, the Grand Carousel has won it. So, my hat's off to our entire staff for the Grand Carousel for offering the delicious food to all of our guests.
I think my favorite's probably the new favorite's Impulse, but as far as classic rides go, the Flyers are one of my all-time. It's just fun making it bounce back and forth. That's one of my favorite things to do. My niece always gets terrified.
You hit the nail on the head. Flyer is one of our signature rides. People want to be in control. They don't want to be on a track. They want to drive those bumper cars, and they want to be in control of the Flyer and the motorboats. They enjoy that. They get sad when they can't ride the hand cars anymore.
Yeah, I know. When I got too big for that, I was sad too.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us here at 101, the Daily Items 101. And Brian, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching One-on-One. Please join us this Saturday at 6 p.m. for a special edition of One-on-One with Paul Price of Kids Peace. The special video is part of a package of stories the Daily Item will begin publishing on Sunday, focused on foster care across Pennsylvania.